Good morning, students. Welcome in the new session. Next chapter of the political science: gender, religion, and caste. In the earlier chapter, we have seen about the federalism, the empowerment of the individual in the politics with the different forms. In this lesson, we are going to see the three kinds of social differences that can take the forms of social divisions and inequalities. Due to these three differences, the social divisions and inequalities we are facing or people are suffering due to it. These are social differences based on gender, religion, and caste. In each case, we look at the nature of this division in India and how it gets expressed in politics. We also ask whether different expressions based on these differences are healthy or otherwise in a democracy. Whether these divisions are healthy or harmful to the democracy, this all we are going to study in this lesson. In this chapter, the main 3 points we will study: gender and politics, religion, communalism and politics, then caste and politics. All these three, one by one, we will see. First, we will see gender and politics. This is form of hierarchical social division seen everywhere. This is the hierarchical division in throughout world you will see, but is rarely recognized in the study of politics. But in politics it is ignored. The gender division tends to be understood as natural and unchangeable. People think it is natural and unchangeable. Gender division cannot be changed, or it is natural. However, it is not based on biology but on social expectations and stereotypes. It is made because of the stereotypes. Boys and girls are brought up to believe that the main responsibility of women is housework and bringing up children. From childhood, it is taught to the boys and girls of their responsibilities and their work. This is reflected in a sexual division of labor. In most families, women do all work inside the home, such as cooking, cleaning, washing, clothing, tailoring, looking after children, etc., and men do all the work outside the home. This is the division of the work. It is not that men cannot do housework. They simply think that it is for women to attend to these things. Men can do this work, but they are not doing it. Is trained. It should be done by the women. When the job which is done by women get paid, when the jobs are paid for men are ready to take up these works. Most tailors or cooks in hotels are men. Similarly, it is not that women do not work outside. If men can work at inside the home, then women can also do the outside work, and they are doing. It is not that women do not work outside their home in a villages. Women fetch water, collect fuel, works in the fields. In urban areas, poor women work as domestic helpers in middle class homes, while middle class women work in offices. In fact, the majority of women do some sort of paid work in addition to domestic labor, but their work is not valued and does not get recognition. Women are working on a dual fronts, at home also and outside also, but it is not recognized. This is not valued. The political expression of gender division and political mobilization has helped improve women's role in a public life. Due to the universal adult franchise, the changes are taking place. But these divisions are made effect on the development of the girls or the women. What happened? The literacy rate among women is only 54%. 54% compared to the men. The men literacy rate is 76%. On an average, Indian women work 1 hour more than an average man every day. The women work more averagely than the men. Yet much of her work is not paid and therefore often not valued. Maybe she is working more, then also it is not paid and valued. In almost all areas of work, from sports and cinemas to factories and fields, women are paid less than men. Even men both do exactly the same work. If both are doing the same work, then also they are getting less value, less wages. Women are getting less wages compared to the men. The next is a very dangerous fact. In many parts of India, parents prefer to have son and find way to have the girl child aborted before she is born. People give preference to the son child. Before taking birth on the earth, they tries to look whether the baby is a girl or a son, and if it is a girl, then they tries to abort it. It is getting before it's born. This is the map you are looking in your textbook also. In which state what is the sex ratio, child sex ratio. The states which are developed, in that state only the sex ratio differences you will see. The red colored states are shown. It's are below than 800. Means if 1000 boys are there, in behind that 1000 boys only 800 girls are there. The green shade is showing here high sex ratio. You will find here the developed states, forwarded states are having more difference in the sex ratio than the undeveloped backward states. The national average sex ratio is 927. Women political representation. Whether the women are getting representation in the politics, we will see here. All this is well known, yet issues related to women's well-being or otherwise are not given adequate attention. Everyone knew it one. The issues are not given adequate attention. This has led many feminist and women's movement to the conclusion that unless women control power, their problems will not get adequate attention. Why their problems are not get attention? Because the representation of women is a very less, that is why. If we want to solve this problem, one way to ensure this is to have more women as elected representatives. So it is needing more elected representatives should be women. Then this problem will be solved. We have seen last year while studying about the reservation or reserve constituencies. The reserve constituencies are made because that group of people should get representation, and the problem of that group will be understood very well by a particular community person only. That is why the reservations are made. In that way, the reservation of women also needing in the assemblies and the parliament. In India, the proportion of women in a legislature has been very low. For example, the percentage of elected women members in a Lok Sabha has crossed 10% of its total strength for the first time in 2009. Their share in the state assemblies is less than 5%. In this respect, India is among the bottom group of nations in the world. The graph is showing on the next page where is the position of India. India is behind the average for several developing countries of Africa and Latin America. In the government, cabinets are largely all male, even when a woman becomes the chief minister or the prime minister. If the woman is becoming chief minister or a prime minister, then also the more executives are male dominating. One way to solve this problem is to make it legally binding to have a fair proportion of women in the elected bodies. There is one solution for this problem. There should be a permanent reservation to the women in the elected bodies. This is what the Panchayat Raj has done in India. Because of this one, the Panchayat Raj is taken in a hand, and the reservations, 1/3 reservations to the women are given in the Panchayat Raj. 1/3 of seats in local government bodies in panchayats and municipalities are now reserved for women. Now, there are more than 10 lakh elected women representatives in rural and urban local bodies. Due to this reservation, the number of women participation in politics is increased. The 10 lakh elected women representatives are now being looked in the rural and urban local bodies. Women's organizations and activists have been demanding a similar reservation of at least 1/3 of seats in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies for women. The women's organizations are demanding the same reservation which is followed in the local governments that should be followed in the state and the central government also. That is why a bill with this proposal has been made, but this bill is pending before the parliament for more than 1 decade. But there is no consensus among all the political parties. These all are same. Any party is not in favor to bring this bill, to change this bill in the law. The bill has not been passed. The picture is showing very well about the women's reservation bill. It is standing outside of the parliament. All gates are blocked, but then also some people are assuring to the women bill, don't worry, we will find a way for you. Don't know when the way will get. Gender division is an example that some form of social division needs to be expressed in politics. This also shows that disadvantaged groups do benefit when social division became a political issue. Do you think that women could have made a gains we noted above if their unequal treatment was not raised in the political domain? Yes, it is needing to raise the voice in the political domain. Without raising this voice in a political domain, their issues are not going to solve. In this way, we have seen the gender division, their situation in the society, and how the politics will be work for the empowerment of the women.